What's good, guys? Welcome back to our midweek review. And if you guys haven't known already, this is NFP week. And of course, I'm being joined by Leo.
Hey guys, welcome back to the midweek review. We are on the doorstep of Thursday, and as you can see, we have 8:30 news unemployment claims for the dollar, and on Friday we have non-farm unemployment change and unemployment rate for the dollar in the AM, as well as the consumer sentiment numbers at 10 a.m. on Friday. All right, let's get started with the dollar index for the week. So as you guys can see, recapping off of our last video we did on Monday, we projected the dollar going higher. And as you can see, the dollar has in fact demonstrated bullish order flow into a few of our buy side liquidity targets here. The first one being 103.84 and 104.21, which had just hit at the end of today, Wednesday, at the time of this recording. So I know we're working higher into this range here, and we just took out a couple buy side liquidity pools, as well as these up candles here. We're working into this range here. So although I'd like to see buy side liquidity get taken out 104.55, I wouldn't be surprised if price was a little more heavy working into the end of this week. However, anything can happen. It is really heavy news coming up on Thursday and Friday. And so because of this uneasiness and uncertainty in the market, Alan and I are not going to be really trading throughout Thursday and Friday. Did you have anything to add on the dollar index on the daily, Alan?
No, I like what it did, for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, just let it be, guys. Like Leo said already, don't push it too hard. If you guys really want to trade, I recommend you guys, or I highly recommend you guys to just wait after NFP and then look for your setups, or just take the day off, take the week off. If you want already, enjoy the week, just let it go, and then yeah, let's move on from a dollar index daily.
One more thing on the daily. If you guys project this BISI out in time and you have the midpoint of this marked out, the low of Wednesday's candle meets the 50% level of the gap here. Just something worth to note. All right, onto the hourly chart. As you can see, pretty solid market maker buy model on the dollar index. Technically, we're closing in on the original consolidation here. And so although there isn't a really rapid expansion here, we do see order flow really pushing price higher and respecting discount arrays. And so I marked out this imbalance here, this gap here, which price respected. And since it's been a few days, this gap isn't really in my head anymore. It's not going to be referenced within the week anymore, in my opinion. Instead, I'll be looking at this gap here, which is recently created on around Monday. And so tomorrow it could be reused. Friday it could be reused. It's just on my mind here to be marked out for you guys. And I will be continuing to look higher for buy side liquidity. These relative equal highs look really, really nice to me, as well as this consolidation. And yeah, did you have anything to add on the alley, Alan?
No, not really. As of right now, Dixie hit most of our buy side liquidity targets, which is more than enough. We enjoyed having this run higher on Dixie, like we called it on Monday. So if you guys are able to participate in that, great job. Like Leo said earlier, let's just take a break, call this a week here, and let's move on into Forex. So we have EU daily. So I wanted to go higher time for you guys. Let's just show you what could potentially happen for NFP. We have sell liquidity down here. I'm looking for maybe a draw lower, pushing into sell liquidity, or have it run higher, trade up into and start running against buy side. As of right now, I don't want to touch it. It is in an area where I can see it go higher and lower, therefore making a 50-50 scenario, therefore making it low probability for me. So I recommend to be out of the markets, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be in the markets. There's a little inefficiency there that I labeled out for you guys. Price can trade up into that, trade lower, or trade up into that, trade up into this previous day's high, and then roll over. You could do something like that, or it can run lower, trade higher into this inefficiency during NFP, and then send it lower. I wouldn't be surprised if any of those scenarios occurred. So, like I said, be safe, right? And just take the week off. Going into GU daily, we have box liquidity labeled out here, inversion fair value gap there, and similar situation. So, liquidity down here. If GU wants to go bearish, right, it would go up higher, trade up into some inefficiency here, and then drop lower. If it wants to become bullish, and which it can definitely do, it could run lower and then start pushing higher and higher. And then once NFP hits, let it rip higher. Just send it higher. Allow price to kind of accumulate down here in level of discount. And once NFP hits, send this thing higher, running buy side out, trading really aggressive higher. I could see that happening as well. But as of right now, just gonna let them play out. Not gonna push too hard, not gonna push any buttons at it. So just taking a break. Did you have anything you want to add for these Forex pairs, Leo?
No. I I did point out that little gap on dollar, and so if it were to run higher on Forex, I would I would watch for the Dixie correlation to run into that gap and then see how price reacts there. But I mean, again, I wouldn't be trading. I would just be either watching or just like, I don't know, sleeping.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah. Let's move on from Forex.
Yeah, let's go. All right, on to crude oil. I'm very pleased to report that price did, in fact, have an expansion lower, and price did reach all of the targets that I outlined for you guys on the Monday video. And so the next target, although it's a bit of a stretch, would be this inversion fair value gap here, which I marked out on from 68.22 to 67.07. However, it is there are different scenarios to this. So because price did run into this basically bullish order block right here, I would expect after a large expansion lower, a kind of very sticky consolidation market environment. So although this is on my chart, I don't fully expect it to trade into that this week. It could. However, my eye is mainly on this imbalance range here that it just made on today. Right here, this black candle. I would expect some retracement into this range first before trading into this inversion fair value gap level. This also coincides with the mean threshold of this 1, 2, 3, 4 candle down here. So I'm treating this as a whole group. And if you take your fib, measure out the 50, it coincides with the dotted red line of the gap here. So decent chance crude oil does run into here. I'm just unsure of the time frame. It could do it tomorrow. However, I would favor some sort of retracement into this range before we do that. And as well as sell side liquidity looks really, really good. There are a few lows here that are just stacked here. And depending on how we trade, this could be a potential target. However, it's not something I'm calling out as, oh, this is what I'm going to be looking for right now. It depends on how we trade into this discount array here and this range. So that's it for crude oil on the daily chart. Let's recap what happened throughout the week here. So Monday, when we dropped the outlook video, we were looking at this gap here. Now we see trade run into that. We see crude oil run into this little inefficiency here around the quarter quadrant here. The body's respecting that and expanding lower. And here we see that range reused again as well. Into the AM session here, we see a little stop run wick here into the imbalance low and going lower. It's pretty consolidatory here in this Monday stays range. And as well as running into Tuesday, we do see a lot of back and forth. I did want to note we do see a stop run here. This is basically a turtle soup run, taking out the sell side liquidity that price created on Monday, running into the rest of the gap here that I noted in red, as well as this breaker low here. As you can see, the higher high here, this candle here, I'm looking at extending that out in time, as well as all the bodies of the candles are really respecting this price range, kind of bumping into it, bumping into it, and then running away from it finally here at the end of Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we see a quick expansion lower, following a lot of consolidation overnight, presumably at this level, mitigating long positions and accumulating more short positions. Finally, running past the sell side liquidity here and into our little gap that we marked out on Monday, the 70.09 level. And you can see the body right here running past it and then respecting it. Now going into Thursday and Friday, I do want to see a little bit of this range getting traded into, maybe this gap here, looking at that inefficiency. Pretty much the only inefficiency in the range. It's been traded pretty well, so this one sticks out to me around the 71 level, and looking for a trade down, taking out its own low at least at the end of the week. So anything you'd like to add on crude oil, Alan?
Nope, it looked very, very clean. I don't personally didn't trade crude oil, but if you guys did, you guys caught some very, very nice runs if you used their weekly outlook.
Yeah. So if you were a intraday trader, this candle here would have been a great entry. This is around 8 to 9 a.m. ish. So this run into this small inefficiency here, if you go down to the lower time frame, is that really low risk entry. It'll react right off of that. Or sorry, this would be the low risk entry, but this would be a really good sell. How about? And so yeah. Moving on to ES. All right, so ES did give us a little retracement. We reacted off of the mean threshold of the monthly bearish order block, and off of the daily sell side imbalance discount low on Wednesday. And so right now, going into the end of the week, I'm looking at 445.475 as the immediate draw right here. If price is feeling very ambitious, these are some of the levels that I would target on the sell side if price does get really animated off of unemployment or NFP. So 4520, 4513. However, there is a chance that the market can shift to take out both sides of liquidity. So there's that chance. So I wouldn't risk real equity on anything else after today. These are just my unfiltered thoughts. Moving off the daily into the hourly chart, decent price action this week. We see on Monday price expands lower into a bullish order block. You'll see that on the 15. It almost goes to the exact handle here, the low, right here, reacts after that into this inefficiency, trading again, generating a lot of sell side here for that large expansion down today. We do trade up into a bearish order block here, as well as the daily sell side imbalance discount low here, respecting it, the wicks. And then on today, we see a large expansion lower. It was very choppy today, not really the best trading conditions. However, we did see a purge of this sell side liquidity here, 4555, as well as this low here towards the end of the day. Anything to add on ES, Alan?
As of right now, I don't want to call a low or a high on ES yet. In my opinion, NFP is one crazy train wreck that it can really ruin your accounts if you guys aren't careful. So, like Leo said already, don't risk any real equity on this one. All right. There's sell side liquidity below, there's also buy side above. I wouldn't be surprised if it was very one sided tomorrow morning. All right. So let's move on from S&P and let's go into NAS 100. So for NAS, I noted out the buy side here, sell side here. This is the hourly chart. So I'll make sure you guys are aware of that. Sell side liquidity down here. Price did trade lower, trading into a weekly consequent encroachment level. Reaction very, very nice. Retraces lower. Nice reaction ready. And continue to press higher and higher. Looking for potential buy side, maybe taking out this higher, even this high up here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's consolidated here and then started running higher, or if it could run a little bit lower, running out these lows. But in my opinion, if it's bullish, I prefer them not to run out these lows. Right? If they really wanted to, they could. Okay, they can run these lows, trade up down into that CE again on a weekly time frame, and then push higher and then run for buy side liquidity, or they can just be sending this 300-400 handles lower. I've seen it before. They can do it. You guys all seen it before during NFP. Something crazy like that can happen. So if you guys are wanting to trade NAS, please exercise caution. I'm telling you, if you guys can sleep in and sleep through it, just do that. Turn off your alarm, enjoy the night, go out, get some food, do whatever you want. Just do not try to trade NFP. Like ICT said already, it's for gamblers. And if you can't wrestle with that, I don't think you guys are ready to take trading seriously, in my opinion. Because out of all the profitable traders I know, we all avoid NFP. We do not want to wrestle with that. We let that go and we push through the next day or the next week even, right? So if you can't even take 2 days off and you're like, I need to trade, I think that's something for you guys to definitely work on, because I don't think that's healthy to have that as a trader, right? And this is in my opinion. If you guys disagree, that's okay. It's just my opinion. But for NAS, like I said already, can do those different things: run lower, take out sell side, and then push higher, or continue running lower very, very heavily, or run higher, trade them to buy side. So it's very 50-50. Like I said already, low probability. I'm not going to say, hey, I want this to go higher or lower just because I don't know. And that's okay. Is there anything you want to add for NAS, Leo?
Dang, definitely dishing out the hard to swallow pills today. No trading
Yeah, gotta
NFP.
make sure. Gotta make sure they can hear that.
Um, no, not really. I wouldn't add too much because I myself I'm unsure of what the wild card is going to throw at us throughout the end of the week here. A lot of red folders, a lot of news, a lot of market manipulation on the horizon. And I mean, as whatever I put up on these slides is what I'm comfortable really putting out to you guys. And we'll recap what we see on the Friday review.
Yep. So we'll see you guys on that video, and stay safe, you guys. Good luck and good trading. Peace.
Take care. Take care.